Okay, this is the shed. There's all these shrubs growing against the shed. The detached garage, excuse me. And a shed has been added on to this. This is all vinyl siding, okay, over the original shiplap with the ground contact, debris next to the building. This flat roof right here, I don't know what that sprinkler system is on top of it, but it's leaking. You'll see inside. This isn't much of a door, it's just a plywood door on this. The shed's been added into here, and we can see it's just all the basically typical sins of a homemade operation. The slab has been added to the garage slab. The spacing looks a little wide there. Exposed electric conduit, exposed electric cables, closer than 6 feet to the ground. You pretty much bet there's no GFCI in here. Pretty much bet be reasonable to bet there's no grounding in here. Water's been sitting in here. We've had some bad drainage, and of course the roof's been leaking. We can see that. I'm going to move a little farther over here. Okay, it looks like they added a ventilator inside the detached garage. Cages, high soil and debris around it, shrubs around it. All this should have gone. Again, there's no lights. Gonna put a little light on the subject. Here's a ladder up to it. It's a hip roof, plywood ceiling. Okay, you can see that the wall studs are spaced a little closer here. Ow. Okay, debris. By the way, this property is a hoarder property. It's a distressed property. These manual door locks on the metal car entry doors, should have been decommissioned. We do have pull handles on the inside. That's a good thing. We have emergency handles. We're missing the handle on that cord over there. There should be safety notices posted on the door, which there are not. The door opener button was over there on that wall. Safety notice is not posted there either, and that button is closer than 5 feet. Obviously, it'd be reasonable to assume the luminaries aren't working, and the age of these systems, we're just going to bet that they do not have GFCI at all. Excuse me, they do not have an emergency reverse at all. This NM cable has been bootlegged into an extension cord. That's an improper application. Lots of dirt dauber nest in there. Let's see what we can stir up. A little more light in here on the subject. Okay, so building paper looks pretty good around the exterior. I'm kind of surprised. I can't see much in the way of sole plates or sill plates in the house. That's pier and beam. This is a slab foundation, so those are sole plates. Sole plates look like they're in pretty good shape. Again, NM cable closer than 6 feet to the floor. Okay, should have been in conduit. Again, that's the button for at least one of the door openers. I guess we've got two. We've got open electric junction boxes in here. Well, we're just getting started. Okay, I'm going to go up in the attic here. Surprise, more storage. Passive exhaust vents. And another lot can be seen. No real signs of previous water infiltration. This actually looks, this framing for the original garage looks to be pretty decent actually. Shouldn't trust these ladders. The feet don't extend properly. But there's that. I'll keep going, I guess. Got all day. More shrubs touching the side of the building. This is all beat up. This is the vinyl covering. Looks like the cars had a little bit of trouble fitting in here. Both of the doors are buckled. There's damage on both of these doors. More shrubs against the building there. Coming across, I'm going to say the power cable coming from the house to the garage. It's closer than 10 feet to the ground. The house itself is brick. We can see that there's a lot of stair-step cracks that have been repaired. 3 steps is okay. Storm doors are beyond the scope. Got a metal roof there. Trees closer than 25 feet. Trees shouldn't be placed closer than 25 feet to a structure. Trees touching the roof up there. We got a little gable vent. Type my stuff. This is the water meter to the house. This is the main, the closest water valve. I was getting about 83 psi. I do not see a main shutoff, main water shutoff to this house. These crawl space vent covers should have been removed. More brick mortar repair, more brick mortar repair, more brick mortar repair. Coming along here, we're at the front of the house. The house faces east. Okay, these planter boxes, probably fine for the day, but they should have been lined with a mastic tar, and should have had weep holes installed to keep water from going next to the house. That's probably what started all this damage over here. This planter box had no place to drain, so now we got the breaks in the grate beam wall. We got stair-step cracks. Bricks are going all crazy wampus. This window looks like it's about to fall out. Stair-step cracks above the window. Look at the separation up there between the fascia and the chimney. Coming along here, I'm going to jump. This is where we came out. This is the kitchen. More foliage, stair-step cracks, stair-step cracks. Now here's a front faucet right here. The front faucet right here, and this looks like it might be, but it isn't. I mean, maybe there's a shutoff valve in there, but it's buried. Front faucet should have been supported, should have been insulated. I can't even turn the handle. If I can't turn the handle with reasonable force, I'm not going to turn it with unreasonable force, because I'm going to want to turn it off. And that's the plan. I'll come back and reset that. Coming through here, we're going to have a quick tour through the house. This is the front porch. This is that area we were talking about before. Quick tour through the doorbell. Should be illuminated, should be sealed. Exterior light fixtures should be sealed. Through the house, we're going to visit this a little more in depth. Vinyl flooring. But while we're here, do not see an exit for this clothes dryer. Probably vents into the crawl space. The 3-prong electric clothes dryer. Laundry faucets are not labeled hot and cold. It does not have, that's a wood box, kind of like my house back in the day. But that should be a waterproof liner that was installed in there, and obviously this guy's dripping on the floor. This floor is sunken right here. Expect to find some problems here. Just like I expect to find some problems by the fireplace. This is the water heater, okay? One thing, okay, there's some exhaust fluid, but it's got a screen on it, or it's louvered. Back in the day that was okay. No longer, okay? It should be a clear vent going to the attic space or to the exterior space. Shouldn't have bare light bulbs in closed closets. Shouldn't have pull strings to the bare light bulbs in the closed closets. The water supply lines to the water heater should have been insulated. So should the temperature pressure relief valve. White tape for gas fittings. It should be yellow tape. It's electronic ignition. It does have a safety pan. There's the gas valve. We'll talk about it when we get outside, but the safety pan and this drain line are not properly terminated. It's a Bradford white, so I have to look that up. Serial number J. It's a 40-gallon water heater. Water heaters should not be in storage closets. Of course, that was the day. We're going back out. Continue our tour. All right. Bear with me. So, foliage on the house, steps are not dimensionally uniform. We'll come across here. This is the TMP and the safety pan for the water heater, and they should not be farther from the ground than 6 inches. Coming along here, stair step cracks underneath this bedroom windows here. The electric disconnect for the air conditioner should not be located behind the air conditioner. Air conditioner should not be closer than 12 inches to the house. There should be a rain diverter over the air conditioner to keep the water from coming down on it. The air conditioner condensing unit. This looks like it's a Rudd. It looks like it's a fairly recent vintage. See if we can pull some information off of here real quick. It was installed in 2009. They last about 14 years. Serial number for 410A. It has the new refrigerant. Okay, so that's what we got going here so far. Moving on. I haven't been up there. There's up there, but there's a lot of storage. Okay, more vinyl. Okay, we got some erosion here on the porch area. Of course, those covers should have been covered again. This is the electric power supply to the house. So, looks like it's taking a pretty good hit right there. There's no power in this house. Of course, we got some fascia damage across the top there, but that's been gone. Hanging vinyl. And we are right about where that's the round tour there.